Hi everyone! It's me again, Katherine, your education counselor for your study in Canada journey. I'm here to give you some tips and insights on how to become a student in Canada. For today's video, we will talk about the timeline when applying as a student in Canada. Huwag nyo napansinin yung aking wind effect sa hair kasi mainit. So, may bukas na electric fan. Anyway, so we are going to talk about the timeline when applying as a student or when you should start the process to apply as a student in Canada. So, pag-usapan natin yan. There are 3 intakes in Canada. Ito yung tinatawag na pasukan. And the first one is on September intake or the fall intake. And then the second one is it was last January, which was the winter intake, and the spring intake, which is on May. So right now we are still working on our May applicants. Actually, they already have secured their slot with a school, and right now we are in the process of applying them with the visa application. So how early you should start your application as a student in Canada. So let's talk about for September 2021 intake. Usually, schools open their applications 9 months before the intake. So for September 2021, open na yung slots nila for international students to apply dun sa kanilang mga program. Some schools are also open way earlier than 9 months. So, yung iba open na last November or even in December. But usually, 9 months talaga yung pinaka-earliest or yung usual na opening of the September intake applications for international student. So, bakit ganun ka aga yung school application? So you need to keep in mind, if you want to apply for September 2021, you should start as early as now. However, there are still slots open for May 2021. So, ano na ba tayo ngayon? Magpe-February na. February na tayo. February, March, April. So, you only have 3 months to apply for May. And yung pwede mo na lang applyan ay yung schools na tumatanggap agad ng students or can easily release their letter of acceptance. And as a student, you are ready with the funds. You are also ready with the requirements para once dumating yung letter of acceptance mo, magbabayad ka na lang. And then, ayusin natin yung visa application mo. Diba? So, you can still apply for May 2021. Anyway, going back for September 2021, bakit 9 months early or you should start applying as early as 9 months? Because because some programs, like the high demand programs such as the early childhood education, practical nursing, ano pa bang high demand programs nandyan? Occupational therapist, culinary management or culinary skills, they are so high in demand na mabilis lang mag-close yung seat nila, especially for healthcare programs. Kaya we advise na talagang mag-apply na ngayon. And then later on kasi wala na, for September 2022 na yung next intake nun, like yung ECE or yung practical nursing, every September lang siya ino-offer. So, kasi yung mga schools, yung mga programs nila for international students, it's not only dedicated for Filipinos. So, lahat ng kinikater ng mga schools ni Canada are open to all students from around the world. So, kaya unahan talaga sa slot. Okay, after that, you will be waiting for your letter of acceptance. This depends on the province where your school is located. For example, in Ontario schools, they can release the letter of acceptance from 24 hours. Yes, sa Centennial College, ganun kabilis. Up to 2 weeks. So, maximum na yung 2 weeks, lalabas na agad yung letter of acceptance. So, letter of acceptance is required for your visa application. So, from that time, may schools na nagsisingil agad ng deposit or ng first semester tuition fee. So, once you receive the letter of acceptance, then you must settle the required payment to secure your slot. So that would be, for Ontario, that would be between 24 hours up to 2 weeks from the time of submission. And then for British Columbia, Alberta, and other provinces in Canada, especially in the Atlantic areas, tumatagal talaga sila ng 2 months or more. Siguro mga 3 months. Minimum na nila ay 2 weeks for British Columbia and Alberta, but the rest could last up to 3 months. So, kaya ganun katagal yung start ng school application. So, from that 9 months of opening, then wait tayo ng, let's say, 2 to 3 months if your school is located in these areas I mentioned earlier. So, yun na. Kaya ganito katagal yung preparation to become a student in Canada. Once you've secured your slot through the payment of the deposit or the tuition fee, you will start with your visa application process. Actually, madali lang mag-apply sa mga schools, especially in Ontario. And it also depends on the program that you're going to apply. Like, for example, if you're going to apply for practical nursing, anything that's related to healthcare, of course, they need to check your grades sa math and sa science. However, if you're applying, let's say, for business programs or anything that's related to business, hindi na nila yun masyadong sinecheck. Also, one more thing to consider, yung mga ibang schools nagre-require ng high school documents. And considering that it's pandemic, medyo mahirap kumuha ng ibang documents from your previous school, especially nung high school ka. Kaya, it's one thing to consider to add to the process, yung timeline, when magre-request ka pa ng high school documents. So anyway, this is the exciting part, which is the visa application process. This is kind of like medyo not complicated. I will say na it's fun and medyo nakakakaba tong process. I mean part na to kasi this is where the real deal happens. So when I say this is the real deal, because, you know, this is the time when you are preparing for the visa application. So, syempre, makakaalis ka lang naman ng Pilipinas or matutupad mo lang yung pagiging student mo in Canada once you have your visa and student permit. So, kaya ito talaga yung dapat na pinaghahandaan. Yung school application, madali lang yun. And I can give you a list of schools all around Canada kung saan mo man gustong mag-aral and kung ano mang program yan, I can definitely find it for you. However, when it comes to the visa application, dito na kami nagiging makulit. And some students, medyo naiinis na sila sa akin. Because of the study plan. So, one thing that's very important is the study plan. Kaya rin ganun katagal ang process when applying for the student application. It's because you have to collate all the documents for your visa application. Visa application submission usually is 3 months before the said intake. So, if you are applying for September, then bibilang tayo pabaliktad. So, that would be August, July, June. So, June dapat nakasubmit na tayo. Maximum ay first week of July. So, you still have enough time, let's say around 2 to 3 months to collect all the documents. And right now, medyo mahirap magpa-medical kasi merong mga certain areas, especially those who are living in the south na taga Visayas and Mindanao, they can only go to Cebu and Davao for their medical. And medyo mahirap kumuha ng appointment. So, this is one thing that's very important to consider because we suggest that you get an upfront medical. We do not wait for the embassy to request for the medical. We ask our students to get an upfront medical straight away. And then, other documents required for your visa application is also dependent on the agency na pagkukuhaan mo. I mean, agency. Hindi yung agency kagaya namin ha. Let's say for example, your birth certificate, nagkaroon ka pala ng problema, or yung sponsor mo hindi nakakuha ng affidavit of support, hindi nakapagpa-notarize. Also, your bank statements, kulang pa ng buwan doon sa required bank statement. So, yung visa application, dun talaga yung medyo tayo tumatagal sa process. Kaya, it's better to start the application as early as possible, and then may time pa tayo for waiting dun sa visa decision. Kasi kapag umabot na tayo malapit, like for example in August, then we have a deadline with the school whether we will defer, or if online classes is available, then you need to decide whether you will avail of the online classes. Later on, I will talk about what you will do in case you still don't have your visa decision, or in case your visa is refused. Now, once you finish collecting all the documents, it's now the time to submit your visa application. So, ito na yung waiting game. At this point, the processing time for visa is around 11 weeks. It could take longer or much earlier. Depende pa rin yan sa officer. For us, it is safe to lodge the visa 3 months before the intake para we still have enough time for waiting, and also even if lumabas ng mas maaga yung visa from the date that we expect it to be released, then you have time to prepare yourself. May previous students nagugulat sila na ang bilis na lumabas ng visa, so parang nagkakaroon tuloy sila ng nagdadalawang isip sila tuloy kung tutuloy ba sila or mag-online class. So yun, kaya mas better na mas prepare tayo earlier kesa dun tayo sa medyo matagal. So, guys, if you are planning to apply for September 2021, school is open for applications. Medyo close na yung ibang programs. For example, early childhood education and practical nursing. Merong pang schools na open, but mostly all schools are closed kasi merong mga nag-defer na students from previous intake na nagpa-move to the next available intake. So, nakuha na rin nila yung slots na yun. But if you are ready and prepared for May 2021, we are still accepting applications. Schools are still accepting applications, and we will help you process your visa application straight away. We will also help you with your study plan writing as part of Kanata Education's services. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you like this video, and I hope that it helps you enlighten your mind in making your plans. And Canada is just one step away. You just need to take the first step. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want more tips and insights on how to become an international student in Canada, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell button para updated ka sa latest. Charot. Bye!